Welcome to the Marketing Revolution podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group, coming to you guys today with another Tactical Tuesday, where I'm going to give you some tactical shit to use, to think about, and to implement inside of your business. And today I want to talk about chat bots. Many of you guys have seen these things. Whether you logged into Facebook and you got onto a Facebook page and a little icon popped up at the bottom corner of the screen, and somebody was trying to, a robot was trying to communicate with you or trying to get you into a chat. It's one of the things that I recently did a full-on tutorial inside of the Marketing Savage Inner Circle. And it's really cool. So a lot of you guys might not know how this works. So I want to go ahead and just break it down for you. Number one, the chatbot that I like to use, and there's many of them out there, but a really advanced one that you can get in and really custom tailor everything to exactly the way that you want, is a software called ManyChat. ManyChat. And I did an entire tutorial on how all of this breaks down. It's really cool. It's got essentially, it's like a form builder for Facebook Messenger. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't work on your personal profile. Not that I know of anyway. I've never found a way to hook it up on my personal profile. Facebook tends to block that. However, there is a few softwares that are popping up that are figuring out ways to get around that. I want to say they're definitely doing it black hat style, because Facebook absolutely hates that shit. They don't want you to implement these type of strategies on your personal messenger, because essentially Facebook doesn't want you to use, number one, your personal page or your personal messenger as a business platform. They have been known, if somebody gets too like they really deck out their page and design it as a business, Facebook will delete your ass. They deleted one of our accounts. We had an account set up back in the day for one of our businesses, and we just named it the service, and they deleted that shit. And the funny thing is, we still got a Facebook page that is running, that was created by that profile. Luckily, the administration privileges were extended to me before Facebook just like deleted the fucking profile. So that being said, you got to be careful, because if Facebook sees that you're using your personal page as a business, they're going to try to get you, even though everybody uses it as a lead machine. Anybody who's in business, that's one of the keys. Like Facebook, your personal page is a killer lead generation machine. But that being said, let's just talk about your page, because that's where you're going to run traffic to. If you're going to do any kind of advertising on Facebook, it's got to be through a Facebook page. You cannot do it through your personal profile. You cannot do it through any of your groups yet. You're going to have to do it on your actual personal Facebook page, okay, or your Facebook business page. So in fact, whenever you create Facebook ads, that's what you have to utilize, and they will allow you to connect to your Instagram as well. As long as your Instagram is a business account, you can actually connect that, and you can run ads directly through Facebook's Power Editor, or Facebook, all their ad creation tools and all that stuff directly connects to Instagram. But that being said, the way that the chat box work is you actually connect them into your Facebook page, and they can hold conversations with people. One of the things that you can do inside of a chat bot is you can set up keywords and responses based on the keyword. So if somebody says this, then a message comes back that says that. Okay. So if somebody says this, a message will come back and actually reply to them. You can also set up parameters where if the chatbot does not understand what the request is, then it will actually alert an administrator on the account to jump in and take over the conversation. Another thing that you can do inside of the chat bots like ManyChat is that you can actually delay the response. And you can also put what's called like a typing bubble where it looks like somebody is actually typing it out. So a lot of times you may be they're in a chat bot and they're trying to fool you to think that somebody's actually behind the screen typing. So a little bubble will come up and it'll say typing, and it'll allow you to put it as many seconds as you need. So however long the paragraph is or however short it is, you can actually kind of time out how long it would take to type that out. And you can have a typing bubble appear as they're responding. It's incredible the type of marketing that they implement on this stuff, because in general, marketing, you're just trying to make it not look like marketing, right? You want it to look as real as possible. And I will tell you something, the real estate game is where they really got this nailed down. In fact, there's some software out there that I was chilling with a friend of mine that owns a brokerage where he's got about 30, give or take 30 agents working in his brokerage. And he gets tons of leads through realtor.com and Zillow and all these other .coms where people are searching for homes. So he gets tons of leads coming through this place. People are searching all the time. And somehow he's getting all these leads from there. Well, what's happening is that they literally have software, and it's not ManyChat. I don't even know what the software is. That would be up to him if he wanted to give that out. But he's got software that literally holds an entire conversation with the client and customer and until they are actually warm or until they are actually hot. And then at that point, they send the lead to one of his agents. It's incredible. And I was looking at some of the conversations that this AI was holding with the clients and customers, and it was incredible how well it was done. I mean, they must have had thousands of keywords, thousands of different responses, and it would hold a conversation with people. And I was in the back end, looking at these conversations that it was having with people inside of his funnel, how it was working them through the process, and the stuff that the questions that it asked them. Are you looking to buy within such and such time? What's your budget? Like all of this shit, it was able to hold a full-on conversation. All of it was timed out appropriately. Absolutely incredible. Now, I also met a dude who did nearly the same shit inside of ManyChat. So he took the time to take his wife's real estate Facebook page and just lay out each and every line that he could possibly think of to communicate with the clients and customers. So he built his own out. So you got to think about that inside of your business. What can you do to automate? And what can you do to take an individual and let's just say they are you can ask certain questions that will basically determine if they're going to be a window shopper or they actually want to come in and buy. That's the key, is that your chat bot actually works people from very cold all the way to warm to potentially hot. And then at that point, they're ready to do business. And that's when you step in, right? So it's kind of like the whole thing that I talk about. You got to either eliminate, you've got to automate or delegate. Eliminate, automate, or delegate. Well, this is massive amounts of automation. And it's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. Plugs right into Facebook. And one of the other things that you can do, you can actually use growth tools inside of this software where you actually can put it on your website. So when people come to your website, if they got a Facebook, they can click the button and go to Facebook Messenger. And it also has a chat bot function at the bottom where people can chat whether they are on Facebook Messenger or not. So they can actually chat as a live person on your website as well. And your robot will kick in and have a conversation with them. The next thing that it does, it creates like an email list. So every single person who sends you a message on your Facebook page, technically you should be getting their information, right? It's almost like they gave you an email. Well, that's how Facebook works when you connect up ManyChat. It ends up at when they send a a request or whenever they contact you on the page, ManyChat grabs all their information and puts it in a just like an email promotional list, and it actually builds a list that you can send out promotions to the individuals that have already communicated with your company. Really cool, really cool. You actually, I had more luck with it by putting it on one of my websites and getting leads through that was coming through my Facebook Messenger. So I had a ton of leads go directly from my website into my Facebook Messenger. And I guess the cool thing about that is that you do find that on Facebook Messenger, if you ever notice when you're talking to a client and customer on there, they communicate back with you really quickly. So with email, things like that, there's usually quite the delay. So it's an opportunity to get them when they're hot. So anyhow, that's my tactical Tuesday tip for you guys, is to look into chatbots, look into how much you can automate, and make sure that you are creating that broadcast list, because a Facebook Messenger, like a message on Facebook Messenger, has like a 90% open rate. Compared to an email, you'd be lucky if you get 11 to 20% open rate. So anyhow, y'all, I appreciate you for coming along on this Tactical Tuesday. And as usual, I'm going to see you on that next one.